Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing our Kerbal Space Program, and we're doing a teamwork edition of Asteroid Capture, and we are going to capture Asteroid Vic 568, aka Vic, that's all we're going to call him from now on, and he escapes Kerbin in 70 days, but his periapsis is in 59 days, which means he is going to reach periapsis before the Flash, Kyle's, I think the ship we're sending to Eve, before it gets to its first maneuver node, which is kind of cool. So this is all going to be encapsulated within everything we've been doing up till now. And the idea is we're going to capture this asteroid, and then we're going to do something with it. And I have no idea what that something is going to be, but it should be fun. So let's get out of map mode here. Check out the ship that Kyle sent us. It looks pretty nice. SW Kerbin is at the helm. And if you look here, we are at the point where if we launch right now, this is where he comes in, and he's going to swoop around and come back this way. If we launch right now this direction, we are going to be perfectly set up to capture him at periapsis. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more detail in a moment, but it's about a 45-degree angle, actually, a little bit higher than 45. So what we're going to do is on the nav ball, this would be 45. I'm sorry, no, this would be 45 at this 315 here, because this is north and this is west. So we are going to, when we turn, we're going to turn somewhere between this 315 and this line of numbers right here on my custom-made nav ball. So let's go ahead and in 3, 2, 1. SW is gonna launch. And this thing has some beef to it. Holy cow. Let's actually, you know, well, we're actually already up at atmospheric efficiency. So I'm just gonna push this thing. I'm watching this number right here and nothing else. Holy cow, Kyle, you put a lot of beef on this ship. And it has a goo container. Or a, yeah, it has a 2 goos and a whatever you call that, Science Junior on it for some reason. I don't know if we're ever going to get use out of the goos, but we might as well take the Science Junior, or the material study right now, because we've never done this one before. And we are at 5 kilometers here. I think when our apoapsis... Oh, I should probably turn the computer on. This thing keeps a very straight flight, that's for sure. But when our apoapsis gets up to about 12, I'm going to start this turn, and like I said, I'm going to aim for this little area right in here. That is opposite our target. I think that is a good thing, but I don't know that for a fact. Okay, I'm going to start my gravity turn now. I'm so used to Ferrum that I am actually having a hard time turning this thing, like mentally. I'm having a hard time turning this thing to a point where you know, out of the prograde so far. Yeah, I think if we aim right at this thing, it'll be perfect. I don't know if that's a standard thing that happens in the game, but we're gonna go with it. And also, yeah, we're gonna have to deal with the fact that our we're pulling our orbit slowly that way, so that's good. Oh, we're at 32. We definitely want to be facing here now. We never have to worry about atmospheric efficiency again, which is fine. I'm actually going to sit on this line here to pull our orbit thing this way. Okay, 37, and we're basically at 40, so I want to be at 20 right now. This guy's doing a pretty good job. The cities down below don't even know we're flying over them. Probably for the best, considering we dropped 6 fuel tanks. But yeah, if I were to suggest something, Kyle, on your asteroid redirection, if you're gonna do that sort of thing, what I would do is I would only put engines on 2 of those 6 things. That way you can run at full speed and you use up the fuel in the exact same speed as you would use up fuel running all 7 engines at, you know, whatever I was running at, like 60% capacity, or like 20% capacity or whatever. And then you don't have to lift those engines because you're using the engines that you bring at full capacity. That's a tip for you fledgling rocket builders out there. Don't bring engines that you don't use, and if you're not using them at full speed, you're not using them. Now, throttling down, you know, like to 90% or so, that's one thing. But if you have to throttle down to some massive amount, that could be a problem. And I'm just going to burn this guy up. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to burn him up too far. You know what? I am. We're fine. And our orbit is pretty darn coplanar, which is sweet. I'm just burning until my engines are gone, or my orbit. Let's see. Yeah, see, I wanted to avoid that. I don't want to leave more space junk. We've only got 400 meters per second left in the tank. If I aim this thing... Now, if I aim it up higher... This guy does not turn worth a squat here. But if I aim him up higher, we'll get a higher apoapsis and a lower periapsis. I think. Yeah. I'm trying to keep the periapsis within the atmosphere, basically, so that when the time comes, when we run out of fuel here, okay, which we have done now, we can ditch this thing, goodbye, and then ride this guy the rest of the way out. Now, what we're going to do here is at apoapsis, we are going to burn ourselves like so. And then this is where we're going to meet the asteroid. And look at that, 0.7 degrees. I think that was awesome. So this is a 540 meter per second burn. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to wait for that. And while we're waiting, I'm going to tell you, if anybody has watched my old asteroid redirect mission, the how-to, I think I'm going to record a new one. It's just asteroids were kind of the thing for at the beginning of whatever it was, 0.23 or 0.23.5, whatever it was. And they've kind of become blasé now. I really haven't done much with asteroids since I landed that one with with the wings way back in my first series. But where was I? That redirect mission was kind of complex, and the reason I did it that way, I actually had a reason, and it's still valid, is that if the asteroid's going to impact Kerbin, you can't meet it here. However, if it's not going to impact Kerbin, this is a far better way to do it. You don't have to go all the way up there and do all that stuff. It's really not that bad to do it that way in general. So it's, you know, it's still a valid way to do it. It's just there are better ways. Let's just say that. And we've got no, I'm not going to bother. I'll wait until we're getting close to the asteroid to do this. Okay, the maneuver node marker thinks the burn's going to be 1 hour and 33 minutes, but we all know that actually it's going to be, let's see, stage 2, which is the stage we're in, has about 5 times the delta V, 4 times, we'll say, the delta V of that. So it's going to be about a 35-second burn, give or take. There we go, 40-second burn. Good enough for me. We're just going to burn this thing up here. Good enough for me. Okay, now, at the ascending node, we are going to burn downward. Okay, I guess this is downward when you're... I guess this would be downward when you're going backwards on your orbit. Orbital mechanics, who will ever figure it out? Other than people at, like, NASA and stuff. Okay, that gets that to 0. I could actually, here... I'm trying something that might not work. There we go. Descending. I was using the mouse wheel to scroll it. That will get that perfect. And then, finally, when we get out here, I'm going to get it so it's really touching really well. Yeah, we basically can't do this in 70 days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going I'm going to zoom way in on my maneuver node using this cool tool called Precise Node. And I'm going to drag my maneuver node just past this thing. And then I am going to... Actually, I'm going to prograde it way up. Not to the point where we're... leaving Kerbin's sphere of influence or anything, but just to the point where we've got an eccentric orbit. And what happened to our asteroid? Unset target, set target. Oh, we're not on the planet anymore. That's annoying. Okay, I guess we have to stay on the planet. Okay, so that will get our orbit basically as close to the thing as possible. So now what I want to do is I want to go forward in orbit. Forward in orbit. Forward in orbit. Screw it. I'm going to use Precise Nodes plus orbit because it works better. See, this is the asteroid coming down. And right around here is where I need to tweak. And I need to go a little bit, oops, a little bit more, actually. Okay, let's tweak again with this guy. Obviously, it's going to be a tiny little amount. Yeah, I can't tweak it better than that. So, in 24 days, 4 hours and 36 minutes, we are going to do this tiny little burn here to get this thing matching. Whoops. I went too far, but yeah. Right here and right now, this sort of thing doesn't really matter all that much. We just got to get close. Yeah, what the H? Did I do something wrong? Oh, I need to be beyond his thing. Okay, we need to fast forward past the connection point. Now it's too much. So now I need to slow down. I'm not sure if this was my fault or if this was the game's fault, but if you're burning before the maneuver node marker, it doesn't show you next maneuver node. So now I need to slow down. And see, now I'm not before it anymore. So now I need to go before it. Yep, see, now I need to speed up. So you have to actually watch this maneuver node marker. Make sure it's behind you in your orbit. Otherwise, you're not watching yourself change it. See, now I'm actually changing when we encounter this thing. And now it's all up to RCS. And I think we're just going to have to live with that. Because, yeah, I guess we can try one thing. We can thrust limit this thing down to the bare bones of, looks like 5.5, 6.5. There we go. And then try just... Okay, we're gonna live with that. It's a long ways away, but what we can do here is we can add a maneuver right here just to mark where we're going to be. So now go up and around, and then you're going to come down. Hey, did you see that right there? Here, let me show it to you again. Yeah, that right there. Hey, this is me in post. I'm just putting this up here so you know that I know what happened. And if you don't know what happened, let me tell you. When an object crosses a sphere of influence boundary, and you're going it faster than, normal time acceleration, 1 second per 1 second time, that object jumps in its orbit back or forth, and it screws up everything. That's what happened here. I'm so used to controlling whatever ship crosses the SOI boundary, mostly thanks to Kerbal Alarm Clock, that I forgot that while I was fast-forwarding my ship, the asteroid was changing sphere of influence boundaries. And it basically screwed up the entire mission. So, yay, sphere of influence boundary changes. Back to the show. We missed the asteroid, and I didn't make any backups or anything. So, Kyle, you're coming home. Or not Kyle, SW, you are coming home having failed. What can I say? We're going to miss this asteroid. It's going to fly out into space. And we're never going to see it again. We definitely don't have the meters per second to slow down our orbit to catch this thing. I don't know what happened. The maneuver node thing sucked balls, I guess. The maneuver node thing just didn't work. What are you going to do? Oh, well, I can show off a new mod. Hey, there we go. Let's go ahead and get out to this apoapsis here. We're going to do this burn, and then I'm going to show you the trajectory mod. This gives you atmospheric trajectories. Ignore the craziness. Wow, that is pretty crazy. And our periapsis is now within the atmosphere, so if I turn this thing on... Obviously, this needs a little bit of work. So I can't show it to you. Never mind. This whole episode is full of fail. But that's what you get sometimes. Maybe this mod will work better now that I'm coming in faster. There we go. It's actually predicting that I'm going to enter the atmosphere here and then come down and land here. And by the time I get here, it's going to actually be here. That's what it says. And we're going to see if that actually works. So unlike normal, we're going to actually watch this thing in map mode. And we have hit the atmosphere. Here's where I check and see if this thing has parachutes. It does. Okay, good. I think we're going to ditch this. And it's looking pretty good. It's looking like we are going to land right about where that thing says we're going to land. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this guy around. We are going to ditch... Oh, look at those northern lights. Or actually, I guess those would be the southern lights. We are going to decouple this node. Then we're going to do a temperature scan, sure. And a goo reading, although I think we might as well take it. We should probably pull the chutes. What do you think about that? And bring out the landing gear. And hopefully we're going to land in a new biome here, and we're going to be able to take a bevy of readings. And the answer is yes, we are. Okay, mystery goo. Crew report, keep. Okay, we might as well take this science... Oh wait, we've already taken the science thing. That's why we can't do it. Let's go ahead and EVA. Sorry, SW. And it looks like that was all for naught because surface sample, yeah, might as well keep it. But we don't need the EVA report. And sadly, that's an end to a unsuccessful mission. I sadly don't have time to record any more today, and I was hoping to have this asteroid captured now. So, I guess we're going to try again with the next asteroid, probably, though, after this flash thing, because it's, we're doing this burn in a day. So, probably next episode, we're going to do a couple more, correction burns, and then we got a long wait till the Jool ships arrive at Jool. And then we will maybe capture another asteroid with, we'll try the brick. Kyle, your ship flew very well. I wish I had an asteroid for it to grab. I hope everybody enjoyed watching this. I enjoyed recording it, even though I didn't get anywhere. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.